This video is dedicated to my wife, who every time Glassway's in rotation, when it comes to Grandmaster days, or Grandmaster time, she's always trying to convince me like, hey, you should run Stasis. I think it'll be way easier if you run Stasis. And it's not. I hate it. I hate Stasis. Now, I don't want to make anyone feel bad or disagree with anyone if they have like a really great Stasis build. So I don't have a good Stasis build and I refuse to get one. And not only that, it's just, this is, I guess, an opinion piece, right? So in my opinion, Stasis is not as useful as every single other subclass in the game that you could be using. And here's how I justify that. So my beef with Stasis is how it interacts with champions, specifically overloads, which you see here, and unstoppables, which I'll get into in a minute. So for overloads, the rule is when everything's just normal, you stun them, you do damage. When they wake up, you hit them with an overload shot, and you're supposed to have 7 seconds before they start regenerating health after that last overload shot when they're awake. Stasis throws all that out the window. And basically what happens, you stun them, and if you freeze them after the stun, they automatically break out of their stun, they're just frozen now. And they also automatically start regenerating health as soon as you freeze them. That's not cool. That's like the opposite of what I'm trying to do to these guys. So why on earth would I want an ability that makes a champion start regenerating health? That's like, so much stuff can go wrong. At the very least, it's going to take me longer to get that champion out of my way, right? And that's when bad stuff can happen. The quicker you kill an enemy, the safer you are, especially when it comes to champions, especially Grandmaster, especially when you're doing it solo. So as you see here, he has half health. I stunned him, froze him, and as soon as I froze him, he starts regenerating health. So it's basically like I threw like a restoration grenade that only works for the enemy at him. That's doing lots of things I don't like. One, it's cutting down my time. I have to do damage to him while he's stunned. It's cutting down the time it takes just to kill him overall, because I'm kind of fighting that regeneration thing on his health that's happening. And if I do want to burn him down fast each time, now I'm fighting his regeneration of health. So if I'm using heavy, I'm going to end up wasting more ammo. And if ammo economy is like a struggle for me in whatever I'm doing, or maybe I'm saving my heavy for like a boss that's coming up, or I'm captain, something like that, like just bad stuff is going to happen. Whatever you're doing, if you're in a team or if you're doing it solo, the easiest way to make yourself safe is clearing guys like this like as fast as possible, especially when you're fighting more than one. So maybe half my attention's on another champion because I'm doing two at once. I'm on champion 1, champion A, damage him, focus on champion 2, and in the meantime champion A got frozen and he's been regenerating health while my attention was somewhere else. And then I go back to him and it's like, he's got 3/4 of his health back. And you're basically starting from scratch. It's like, man, it's so frustrating. So I'm going to show a couple examples of me using Stasis. I'm just going to try and stick with my bow, just to make it fair when we compare it to other subclasses, just to make it a bit more of a even playing ground. Or so we're all using the same measuring stick. That's what I'm trying to do. So you see here, I freeze him, stun him. He's like generating health, I'm fighting the regen of his health, and just overall takes a relatively long time. Now, there's some nice things like the ads that are hanging around him get frozen too, or they die in like the blast when I break him out of his ice cube thing. But at the end of the day, it's taking a long time. And then see here, I guess I'm too frustrated. I just pull out my heavy anyways, even though this was supposed to be a test. Gabe, like, come on. So here's a situation where it's maybe a little bit more convenient to be using Stasis, and that's when you're controlling the field. So I got the exploders, the pokey spear guys are hanging out. There's 3 overloads. It's a little bit hectic. And this is one situation where, it's okay for Stasis for me. Like, I don't feel as bad about it using it. So I throw out my Stasis turret. It's going to freeze some of the champions. I can just focus in on one, and it's making the room a little bit safer for me. But again, wouldn't it be safer if I could just wipe out 1 or 2 of these champions like in half the time that is taking me right now in this video? But, different situations. Like, I'm not going to say Stasis is useless. This is just a video about why I personally hate it and don't want to use it. And like I said, other people it might fit their playstyle like perfectly, and they might have better builds for it, and they played around with it longer. But yeah. So it's just not, Stasis is not my friend, but maybe it's your friend. But saying that, how's it compared when I use something else? So here's Void. my beloved vortex grenades. So, look, I throw a grenade at him while he's stunned. It doesn't break him out of the stun. Oh, and the grenade's actually damaging him. That's a nice change. And it also does the weaken thing on him. So 20% damage bonus on top of the overload damage bonus I'm getting to him. And look at like how much easier that is just with primary and a grenade. Same here. Not to mention, just look how pretty that vortex grenade is. Way prettier than a little stasis turret going pew 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 pew. Anyways, so look, just way faster. Perfect, right? So what about some of the other subclasses? So arc, how about arc? Look. So I don't have arc overload grenade mod on here, just by the way, not that it makes a difference. I stun him, throw an arc grenade, and it's like, look how fast it's taken away at him there. Again, way faster, and again, an ability that doesn't make the enemy heal, right? Like, I mean, come on. So here, now, yeah, I got death throws on because I got that, you know, the fancy Warlock helmet on. But look how fast that is, like, dun, dun, dun. Now, Solar, I forgot about Solar because it's been Arc 3.0 this season. I haven't been touching or playing with Solar too often. But, you know, I got the Starfire Protocol chest piece on, throw a grenade, couple overload shots to make sure he doesn't regenerate health, throw another grenade, and then done instantly. Look, the power of a grenade that doesn't actually heal the enemy. Bungie, like, come on. And then here's another example. Yeah, so I'm using my super, I get it, but that's another thing. At least other supers and other subclasses can do other things than just add control, which is the only thing the Stasis one does. Maybe not Titan. Titan, you know, you can do some decent damage with the Titan Stasis, but still, the other guys, it's just for crowd control. That's it. Now look at, I'm like stunning, not worried about anything, and just chucking grenades, and like even better than half the time, honestly. Like, I don't know. There's not much argument for Stasis, in my opinion. That's just me, remember? Now, Unstoppables. Okay, here's the deal with Unstoppables. When they're not stunned, see, I'm doing 790 damage with my scout rifle when he's not stunned. I stunned him and go from 790 to 2,633. So that's like a 333% increase. I did the math really fast just in my head right then. Now, when you stun him and then freeze him, all that goes away. You lose over 300% damage increase just because you froze him in the middle of a stun. Not cool, Bungie. So again, as far as Unstoppables go, Stasis, no good Stasis. Now barriers, that's something else. I have no beef with barriers because like this is fun. I'm using Chill Clip. Don't even have to stun this guy. This is a master lost sector, but still, you get my point. That's okay. That's kind of cool. So Chill Clip, I recommend playing with it if you got a roll on like a fusion, mostly a fusion. I mean, Chill Clip on the rocket launcher is a little bit tough. You still have to hit them twice to freeze them, but it's still kind of cool being able to take out barriers without stunning them in like master difficulty, grandmasters too. So as long as you keep him frozen, you keep barrier locked down, you don't have to worry about losing any kind of damage bonus or anything like that. I mean, if you do make a mistake, the shield will pop and he could regenerate health, but still. So I got no beef with Stasis in regards to barriers, but I got a beef with Stasis in regards to the other ones. And since when have we ever had a problem with barriers? It's like the easiest out of like all the champions except Lightblade. But let's forget about Lightblade for a second. Anyways, that's my beef with Stasis. So yeah, there's some cool, get it cool, I'm talking about Stasis, never mind. There's some cool like unique situations where Stasis comes in handy, and usually almost all the time has to do with like controlling the field. Like there's a ton of ads like tank room and proving grounds. Some people like using Stasis in that, and it's not bad. There's also a couple rare builds you see out there where it's like does really good damage, you know, like, and yeah, before you say it, I totally get there's some good builds with like Aeons and all that stuff. You know, you can get bonuses from stunning champions, especially some seasons with artifact mods, even better bonuses for stunning champions. So by canceling the stun, restunning, canceling the stun, restunning, maybe some cool stuff will happen. But at the end of the day, like for me, especially when I'm playing solo, it's not, none of that's worth it to me. When any other subclass, you can just burn them down like a fraction of the time as it takes when you're running Stasis there. So just my opinion. Anyways, what will keep you most safe all the time is just killing the things that are trying to kill you as fast as possible, because if they don't exist, you're safe, right? Yeah. Anyway, so to my wife, no, I will not run Stasis in Glassway. Please stop asking me. How come you don't run it? I think I know why you don't run it, because you know it's just not fun. It's not fun to like spend more time making things more difficult for yourself, and healing the enemy is making stuff more difficult for yourself. Please like, share, and subscribe, I guess. Yeah, you want to subscribe? You should. Why not? I mean, would you notice? It's just a button. Yeah. Okay, cool. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you.